Parshas Vayera. This is a shmuz adapted from one of the shmuzen of Mora and Agoin Reb Leib Hasehm, Zechat Tzaddik Livrocha. The pasuk says that the Rebbeinu Shalom loved Avraham Avinu. Pasuk in the Torah. The pasuk says, "Ki yedativ," because I have known him, which Rashi translates Lashon Chiba. This is an expression of love. The Rebbeinu Shalom is saying why he loved Avraham Avinu so much. L'man asher yitzaveh, which Rashi interprets, Lefi shehu mitzaveh es bonov olai, because he commands his children regarding me, lishmoyer derochoi, to keep my ways. As it says in the pasuk, asher yitzaveh es bonov es beisei achrav, because he commands his children and his household after him, v'shamru derech Hashem, that they should keep the way of Hashem, la'asot tzedakah u'mishpat, to do righteousness and justice. The Rebbeinu Shalom loves Avraham Avinu because he commands his children and his household after him that they should keep the ways of Hashem, to do tzedakah u'mishpat. And the question is, Gewalt, there were many other reasons why Hashem should love Avraham Avinu. Maybe greater reasons than this one that we just mentioned. And the Torah seems to say this one, because he commands his children. Aren't there other reasons for Hashem, to love Avraham Avinu? And maybe aren't they even greater than this one? Because Avraham Avinu had so many things that he did. Ben Shalosh Shanim Hikir Es Boirei. Can we imagine? 3 years old, he already recognized the existence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is greatness. 3 years old, he understood that there's a Rebbeinu Shalom on the world. Also, the Chazal call Avram Avinu Avram Ho'ivri. What does Avram Ho'ivri mean? Everybody was, the whole world was Be'ever Echad on one side, V'hu Be'ever Hasheni, and he was on the second side, alone in the world, alone against everybody in the world. Isn't that greatness? Isn't that a reason to love Avraham Avinu? Furthermore, another reason why Hashem should love Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu threw himself into a fiery furnace to sanctify the name of Hashem. Isn't that greatness? Isn't that greatness? Asora nisyonos, 10 tests, one greater than the other. We all know, of course, about Akedas Yitzchak. But he had 10 tests, one after the other. And he triumphed over all his tests. Is there a lack of reason? Is there any reason that all these were omitted? Hashem loves Avram Avinu, it says in the Torah. And not because of all the aforementioned greatness that Avram Avinu had. But we see this truth. We see this truth that Avram Avinu, that the Rebbeinu Shalom loved Avram Avinu because he spread Yiddishkeit, he spread Emunah B'Hashem. Somehow, this is even greater than all the other reasons that were mentioned. And I'd like to ask everybody, or anybody that's listening, that can contact me and explain, why is this greater than all the other greatness that Avraham Avinu had? The Rebbeinu Shalom loves him because he spreads the Derech Hashem. So anybody that could contact me and tell me what they think is the meaning behind this, please do. I'd like to conclude with a little story. I was zeichet to hear this story from Moran HaGoyin Reb Henoch Leibowitz, zeichet tzadik livracha. He told me a story about his father, the great Goyin Reb David, Moran HaGoyin Reb David Leibowitz, zeichet tzadik livracha, who learned in yeshiva, I think it was Slobodka, I'm not sure. He learned in the yeshiva, and he left the yeshiva, became a rav of a city, and he was so successful and so powerful that he actually controlled the banks in the city. That's what Reb Henoch told me. His father controlled even the banks of the city. Maybe they had to come to ask him things. I'm not sure. Those are the words he used. Then he got a letter. The Goyin Reb David got a letter that they want to form a kollel in Slobodka, and they asked him if he would join the kollel. Now, let's remember what the situation is. I mean, somebody learning in a yeshiva beforehand doesn't have too much money, and he goes into a city and is so powerful and so successful that he controls the banks, and now he surely had panosa, and he gets this letter if he would like to come back to the kollel they want to form in Slobodka. His answer was, I'll come back on 2 conditions. Number 1, my Rebbitzin will agree to go back to a kollel where parnasa will be very difficult, sort of from riches to rags. If she agrees, I'm willing to go back. If she agrees, she has to agree first. The second condition was I'll go back only if the kollel has a zman mugbal. Those are the words that Reb Henoch used when he spoke to me, when I spoke to him. There has to be a zman mugbal. There has to be a bagrenitz de Zeit. There has to be a time limitation to the kollel. It can't be a kollel, a forever kollel. It has to be a kollel that's limited. It could be 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. It has to be a zman mugbal, a limited time. Why? Because he held that the Hochpunkt, the high point of the perfection of man, is going out and spreading the words of Torah to Klal Yisrael. You have to lilmoid ulalamed. Lilmoid, you have to learn, you have to know Torah, and the lamed, you have to give it out, teach it to others, and that's the high point of the Shleimus Ha'adam, of the perfection of man. So we see again the same concept that we saw before, that Avraham Avinu, this is surely what it says in the Pasuk, as we mentioned before, that Avraham Avinu, Hashem Yisborach, loved Avraham Avinu because he went out and he taught the Derech Hashem, La'aseh Tzedakah Mishpat, to do the righteous ways of Hashem. This is what it says. I was only asking if anybody listening could speculate as to why that should be. The other things that we mentioned before were also very, very great acts. So, but this is clearly what it says. And this is clearly what Reb David Leibowitz Zechat Tzedek Livracha said he would come back to the kollel for, if he still will have the opportunity to go out and spread Yiddishkeit to Klal Yisrael. The Eibishter should help us, that we should all be zeicha to realize the greatness and holiness and importance of going out to spread Yiddishkeit, teach others the beautiful ways of Hashem. The Eibishter should help that we should all be zeicha. Everybody is obligated in this. It's not only Avraham Avinu, it's not only Rabbonim, but anybody, any layman, any working man, goes out even to a job. Use your talents, use your talents and use your abilities to try to be makar of people to Yiddishkeit, and we should all be zeicha to this. Amen v'amen.